Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Terry and I am a cash stuffer and I'm from Botswana. I have not done that intro in a while. So today I'm going to be doing some savings challenges. These two binders, I have not stuffed these in a while. I think the whole of last month and maybe even before that, I haven't stuffed these. So I'm thinking today I'm going to stuff them. So I've got 500 bula here to stuff, but let me just count that. So that's 100 bula, 250s, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400. And then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 500. Yes, that is indeed 500. I've been making some mistakes lately, so that's why I thought, let me just count this. So I'm not doing no spend challenge as yet. So I'm doing this one. This one I initially wanted to do for I was going to give the money to my sons, but it's not happening anymore. I'm going to use it for whatever need is there by the time I finish it. Some of these challenges I do to, oh my gosh, what's the right word? To practice consistency on my part, if that makes sense. Because the beauty of savings challenges with me is that I'm never tempted to spend this money. Once I allocate it, it's done. I never take it out, and I love that about myself. Oh my gosh, how much is there? I didn't count how much I've got in there because I'm talking too much. So I've got 200 in the bank, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So now there's 250 in here. That is 250. So I'm not that far. And then in here, I'm putting a 20. And there's 400 bill in the bank. So now there's 420, 40, 60, 460 now in there. Okay. Yeah, I just fixed that. I wrote on myself. Okay, and then these I put in here because I want to do them, but I think I'm going to start them next month because I can't afford to. Right now, I'm going to afford it after my insurance. Guys, it looks like every single month I've got like a VIP envelope, like, yeah, envelopes that are important that month, and then I focus on them. Yeah, anyway, so this is a little book that I made, with a mini savings challenge book. So it's got just mini small anyana challenges with, with 300. Actually, now it's going up. At the beginning, I was doing, 60 pulas and 100 pula going up, and right now I'm at 351. That's the goal. So today I'm going to be putting a 20 pula in here. So let me just shade that in. So let me just do this because the next one is also from the book. So now there's 20, 40, 50, 60. There's 60 pula in here. And then I'm doing the card challenge after this one, which is this. So I made these cards myself, and I'm just going to shuffle, and whichever one I choose, I budgeted a 20 pula in here, and ace is 10 pula. So that's 10 pula, and let's hope I get another 10 pula without a lot of hassle. And the dice is 1 pula. Oh my gosh, 11 pula. So that's 11, and then a queen, another 10 pula. So that's 21 pula. So I'll have to owe this a 1 pula. So I'm just going to put this 20 in here. And then, oh my gosh, I didn't shade it in. I got a dice, right? An ace. So I got an ace, a dice, and a queen. Yeah, so that's 20 pula. It means I owe a 1 pula, which I will put in here at some point. So now I've got 50, 70, 90. I've got 100 pula in my card challenge, which is good. Okay, and then there was a 200 pula challenge that I finished just before I went to Mahalape. So then I started this new one, which is 250. So here I'm going to be putting in a 20 pula as well. And I'm starting this one. So the 20 pula will consist of, try and find another color outside of pink. It will be a 10, a 5, and a 5. So that's 20 pula stuffed in there. And then I've got the card challenge, the dice challenge. I've only got a 10 pula in there. So this is how I play this one. I just do this. It's really very simple. So that's a 3. So here I'm going to put in a 10 pula. So I really hope I don't have another IOU in here. Plus 6. I think I'm going to stop here. Otherwise, yeah. So now there's 20. I'm going to stop here. I got a 6. Yeah, and I got a 3 as well. So that's 9. Okay, so that is that challenge done. So I think that is all of them. Yeah, that's all of them in this binder. I feel good because I haven't touched this in a while. I haven't touched this in a long time. And then also this one. So basically this one, I introduced this binder and then I never touched it again. Okay, I think I touched it once or twice. Yeah, so there's that. Okay, so these are like the really small ones. So I'm putting a 10 pula in each one of these, by the way. So I'm just going to do this. And then I'm going to go back and color. Because each one of these is getting a 10 pula. Now actually, I think what I'm going to do is, because all these 3 here, this one, the 2 pula one, and the 5 pula one are all getting 10s. It's just basically a 30 pula. So I'm just going to do a 30 pula. I'm just going to go put money in there and then I'll go back and put the money inside the envelope. So summertime is also getting a 10 pula. For the love of cars. So all of these challenges are inspired by like my family basically. By my family. So some of them which have 10s, I'm just going to take out a 10 and put that in there. This one, I think this one also has a 10. And then I'm going to put a 20. Okay, so I really didn't have a plan of how I'm going to do this. So I'm kind of just winging it as I go. So in here, there's a 10. And then here there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then here it's 5 and then 10. Yeah. So that's 30 pula. So how much do I have in here? So now there's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So there's 60 pula. I don't like this angle, guys. Okay, that's better. And then in here I've got summertime, and 10 pula will be this one and this one. And now in summertime I have 30 pula. And then for the love of cars, which is inspired by my son, because my eldest, he loves cars. He will tell you the horsepower, engine, what, yo. So now there's 30 pula in here. He loves cars. Yes, that is colored in. And then football, this one is inspired by my husband. He loves football. At least Manchester United has qualified to go to the final of the Champions League. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't know much about football, guys. I'm not gonna pretend like I do, but I just pick up from, you know, what he's saying, because since when he watches football, it's just me there. He kind of has to explain what's going on, and the poor man is just always explaining. I can't get the grasp the difference between the FA cups and leagues and that sort of thing. And I feel so bad because I want to learn, but I just can't. I'm too, I don't know, slow, I guess. And then this one is the gamer. Is inspired by my son. Let me color that in first. Inspired by my son. He is a gamer. He is a gamer. He's one of those who stay up all night and sleeps all day because he's playing with people who are apparently overseas. So because of the time difference, yeah. Okay, and then that is particular in there as well. There's really no rush in these. That's why they're going so slow. There's really no rush. And there should be 20 in there now, since I've only colored in 2. So if I do need change, I know exactly where to go. Okay, and then back to the card challenge. It's also getting a 10, so I'm not even gonna go to the cards. I'm just gonna color, like this one is 5, 7, and 10. Yeah, that is 10. I already put it in there. So there's 20. Sweet tooth. Yeah, this one is inspired by me. It's funny. I kind of don't eat sugar right now, but I love sugar, guys. I've got a sweet tooth, and the older you get, the more, what's the word? The more you kind of eat with your head than with your heart, so to speak. Because now I know that, you know, sugar is not good for me. Yeah. So also, each of these is 5 pula. So instead of doing the dice and making this video super long, I'm just gonna like complete this one. That's 10 pula. I already put this in here, so there's 20. So there's the smaller challenges completed. Now I'm going into the bigger ones. So the weather challenge today, it's just sunny. Yeah, it's just sunny. There's just nothing happening. It's just straightforward sunny. Oh my gosh, sunny's going to be finished. And it's not really cold. Winter, the temperatures are dropping. It's getting cold now, but oh, there's 100 pula in there, so I'm just putting in a 20. And now there's 120. And this one is going into my emergency fund. And then my mood tracker, I'm just happy today. No complications, nothing too hectic. I'm just in a good mood. These markers, the difference between these markers here and these ones here is these ones bleed a lot and these ones are more robust. So they're both cheap. So I guess they're both cheaper ones. So now there's 50, 70, 90, 110 in my mood tracker. Retail therapy or mood tracker, it's going into my son's medical fund. So the retail therapy is obviously mine. It's also getting a 20. Not all of them are getting 20 though. Even though it looks like most of them are getting 20. So this is kind of where I try to have a little fun. So is there 20 in here? I am stuck because I had only budgeted a 20 in here. So if I put a 10, means something is not going to get what it's supposed to get. But I'm going to put a 30. Is there a 30 in here? There isn't a 30 either. So I'll just put a 40 and hope for the best. I'll put a 40 and hope for the best. I had budgeted 20. So I'll just keep a mental note. And then 50, 70, 90, 110, 120. I'll put a mental note that I've got a 20, but that I've got a not stuff somewhere. Okay, so I stuffed 40. So red shoes. It is. Okay. So red shoes are colored in. Happy about that. And then hello winter. Winter is already here. I actually should be finished this by now because it's really cold. So I'm putting a 30 pula in here. Okay, let me see if maybe I might have change. Okay, nothing's going on here. So 30 pula, now there's 80 pula in there. So this is just inspired by my clothes. It's just clothes, nothing too hectic. So that 30 pula is stuffed in there. And then we've got heads or tails. Let me just get a coin real quick. Okay, so I've got a 50 pula here. And let me try this thing. Heads. 30. I was kind of hoping it's tails so that I make up for that 20 pula that I just did. So it's 30 pula. And hopefully I've changed in here. Yeah. So now there's 60 pula in heads or tails. I'd actually budgeted 30 for this, but I was hoping I get tails. So for now, I'm just putting numbers. And I'll just add at the end because I don't know. I thought of maybe putting a color here, but since I haven't opened this in a while, I haven't really, come in here and thought about what to do. So this is like this now, but it might be different next time. And then mathematics. So 13 minus 4 is 9. So I'm just going to put a 10 this time around because, okay, no, I'm going to actually put this and get a 20. Yeah, I'm just going to put a 9. 9. Good, because the more, the better anyway. Okay, now this is my favorite. Of all of these challenges in here, this is by far my favorite. So I'm putting a 20 in here. And before I put the money, let me just put the money in and see if I can do change. So since I'm doing a 20, there's nothing I can do there. So that's a 20. And I think 20 is going to be 3, 7, 13, and then 20. Yeah, just to make it simple, no complications. So that's a 20 in there. Did I put the money in here? Yeah, I did. And then finally, snakes and ladders. So snakes and ladders is like a big one. The first time I did this, I think I kind of butchered this. I was doing, I don't know what I was doing, but I'm going to try to do it differently. So basically, I'm going to roll a dice. And then I'm going to move the number of times that the dice is there. And then wherever I fall, I'm going to start at 46 because that's where I ended last time and move up from there. So a 3. I'm just going to save this 10 pula and call it a day because, yeah, this was a roller coaster. That's what I love about this. That's what I love about this game. It's such a roller coaster. So in actual fact, I've paid, so if there's 40, I've paid that 20 and I've got an extra 20 to put elsewhere. So that is that envelope done, which is, that is it, that envelope, that is that binder stuffed after a very long time. I'm very happy. I'm so happy. So I've got 110 left. So I've got 2 VIP binders this month. Yeah, I've got 2 VIP binders. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to name the beginning of each month. I'm going to name the VIP for that month. So this month here, these are the VIPs. Because this I want to fund my car insurance with, or replace more like. So I'm going to put a 15 here, I think. Yeah, I'm going to put a 15 here just to complete the 50s. Or should I put a 60? No, let me just complete the 50. Then I'll have one left. I'll have one slot left. That's 50. And then yep. So that one is done. So the rest will go into VIP. Worked kind of perfectly. But I actually wanted to put some money in my denomination challenge. So how am I going to do that? So I've got 40 pula in here. And I want to do this. So it means I put a 30 pula in here because I want to put something in my, I want to stuff my denomination challenge. So there was 40, now there's 70. So I actually put in a 30. 30. So worked out great, actually. And then I add plus 30, it's 470. So that is that stuffed. And of course, so I've condensed these envelopes because, yeah, my envelopes were screaming. This one was screaming because it's already split in half. So I just put 100 pula in here. So now I should have 170, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 170, which is good. And then the 20s, also condensed. So that should be 340, 320, 340 is right. So that is my video, guys. That is my video. 500 pula into my binders, into my savings challenges, and I couldn't be happier because I actually thought, having traveled, I didn't think I'd be able to stuff anything, but here I am. Okay, so thank you for sticking with me this long, guys, and please comment, like, subscribe, share, and please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend who will listen. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.